Good morning, everyone. Trust everybody had a good day and a good night. And today I'm coming with you with story time. And this is something that had happened to me when I was in my mid 20s or so. And I wanted to share it with you because there's a lot of young ladies that may be going through something similar or something even worse than what I went through. Um, and that's when you have a stalker. A stalker, someone that is uh, following you around, someone that um, you don't know, someone that every time you look up, they're around. Well, let's go back to when this first started and how this, and I really don't know how it started or how he came into my life in such a manner. Well, for those of you that have followed um, my my page. You remember when I spoke about me being homeless? Well, this comes right after I finally get my footing. I finally get my own place. And then shortly after I did all of that, I finally got another job. Well, this job was working in the same neighborhood in which that I was rescued. It's one of the was at that time one of the most dangerous areas that you can live in the city. And I said one of them. Well, I got this job working at a day labor staffing company. And for those of you that don't know what a day laborer is, a day laborer is a person that works for the day and get paid that same day. So we would send people out on a daily basis, and they would come back in as soon as their shift would have with their receipt and everything and get paid for that day. Well, that is how the business went, and everything was going okay as far as I thought. But then, as I was walking, and um, because I did not stay that far away from where I worked, I walked to work majority of the time, not paying attention to my surroundings that I had someone following me. Um, and not knowing that I had a stalker. Well, every now and then I would start seeing him on this corner, on that corner, on this corner, and on that one as the week went on by. But then I don't understand how I became his victim. I don't know when I became his victim. Um, I could have became his victim, and he could have gotten his eyes placed on me when I was working at the Salvation Army at the front desk. Now, as I said there, when I worked for my room and board at the women's shelter, well, at the shelter because it housed both men and women. And my job was to ensure that no one was allowed in during those off hours. No one was allowed in except women with children. Everyone had to leave right after breakfast. So apparently, and I'm thinking it might have been a couple of the guys or one or two of the guys that I literally had to get firm with. I literally had to put my foot down. I literally had to say, no, you can't come in. And is it one of these persons? I don't know. I didn't know. I don't know where he came from. And again, how I became a victim to his being of him stalking me. Well, As the week went on, as I was working there, I was noticing him following me, but at that time he had not said anything, so I kind of just left it alone and let it play itself out. But then one day he came into the office. I don't know whether this young man, was basically in his 30s at the time. It looked like we're in a neighborhood where there are men that are transitioning here, men that are running from the law, um, men that are just simply homeless and have nowhere to go. And those three men are very dangerous and can be very dangerous. Well, again, as I said, I don't know where the violence of this man came from. He apparently, that I can tell, and from what I had gathered and heard, he was a man from Los Angeles. It looked as if he had served in the military because of the clothing that he had on, um, the green army jacket um, that he would have on. So it's possible it was someone that had come out and someone that is going through PTSD, um, or he was on drugs, or he had been drinking. I don't know what the case might have been. It could have been a number of all three of those things put together, but all I know is that this one evening, and mind you now, I worked third shift, so I worked the late hours, and mm, it was very dangerous to work third shift in this neighborhood, but we were pretty much protected on the inside until they came in. Well, one night he came into the business where I was working, and he started threatening me in front of my boss. He kept saying that I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. And my boss kept his gun there in plain sight. It was always in plain sight on his desk. So again, he thought we end up having to call the police and have him escorted out because at this point he was in a violent rage, threatening my life. Well, upon that day, I ended up asking my boss, and I told a friend of mine what had happened. And he had given me a gun to carry to protect myself. Now, mind you, I'm not one to carry a gun, but I took the gun and I carried it for a while. But in carrying that gun, I had a lot of things going through my mind. One, where do I carry it? Two, if I carried it in my purse, it's not going to do me any good because I would have to reach into my purse, and by then it may be too late to use it. Or if I put it in my waist and I pulled it out, there was a chance that he could grab it and kill me with the same gun. So I was going through all of these things, and all this stuff is going through my head. Me not wanting to kill him, and at the same time, me not wanting to die. So when I got to work the next day, I asked the boss if it was okay if I carried a gun, and he told me yes, because he knew of the situation. So I got permission to carry the gun on property. So a couple of days after, we were just going on. So A couple of days after, I would see this guy again on the corners. And it had to be on a payday because I had my check and I was on my way to the liquor store to get it cashed. So it wasn't but a couple of blocks up the street. So I ended up walking up there. And as soon as I got to the liquor store, there he was outside the door. He was standing there looking into the window of the store, pretending as if I did not see him and pretending that I did not know him. Well, when I went in to, and he followed me in. And as soon as he followed me in, he trapped me against the wall and trying to get his hands around my neck. I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. The two guys that was working behind the glass mirrors, the glass windows, ran out and grabbed him. And both of them had him and told me, run, run, run. And I remember running. I remember running in the wrong direction on top of it. I was not running toward my home. I was running and I was running for my life because now I am just terrified. Now I am scared to death. Now I don't know what I'm doing. Even to the point I'm believing that right now because I was so terrified and so upset that I don't remember anything else but after I ran. I don't remember how I got home. I don't know whether I took a bus home. I don't remember walking the 2 blocks from where you get off the bus. I don't remember walking up the stairs. I don't remember opening the gate to my apartment. And I don't remember anything of that evening. And apparently I had gone into shock because I could not remember anything about that. Even to this day, I cannot remember how I got home. And I do remember this as I remember saying this prayer as I was running. God, put a fence, build a wall between him and me. Lord, put a wall between him and me. And God did that because I have not seen him from this day. From that day to this day, I have not seen him. And he has not been in my path since. This drama here is what our children are going through when they are kidnapped and when they are forced into situations they have no control over. This is how our young girls get pulled down and raped. This is how our young men are being murdered and raped because of someone's insecurity, because of someone's hatred, because of someone else's pain. He was in pain, and his pain became my pain. his pain became my pain. Because now I'm having to deal with fear. The fear that wasn't there before. The fear now that has me too scared to leave the house. Mind you now, I'm here in the city alone, and the only people that I haven't met along the way have become friends or acquaintances. So I was still in a city where I did not know anyone, and now I'm facing the fear. I remember going back to that job. I was unable to, I'm sorry, y'all. I was unable to stay there because of the fear that was just that great. No one should have to go through this type of stuff. No one, no woman, no child, no man should do this to anyone. And what I am saying is, we have got to watch our backs. We have got to watch our children's back. We have got to take care of them because we don't know the depths of anger that person may be holding inside. And that pain comes out on innocent people. They take out their pain and their frustrations out on innocent people. So I ask that you watch yourself, protect yourself. When you go out to your car, make sure there's no one in the back seat. There's nobody standing around your car, especially if you got to park in a parking deck. So many things of tragedy happens because someone else have evil thoughts in their mind, and they take it out on individuals not prepared for the journey. So I thought I would share this with you in aims that it would help someone down the road to protect themselves and to know that there are better days ahead. Did I get over it? I thought I had until the tears began to fall, which tells me that I'm not over the pain. 30-something years later, and I'm not over the pain. And I thought I had not felt it until I had to tell this story. And I knew I had to tell this story. I've been pondering over for the last 2 days of when I needed to share. So, young ladies, young men, when you are going through, don't take out your pain on someone else. It's not fair to them. I drew a complete blank of what happened. So you make sure, young men, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't allow Satan to use you in this manner. Don't allow your demons to take you this far. Don't allow them to take you to this point of destruction. Ladies, watch your back. And I pray that you survived as I have. I'm a survivor, and that's the blessing in it all. I am a survivor. And if any of this here happens to you, share your story and let us know that you are a survivor too, and that you won't let nothing and no one stop you from your direction and where you need to go. This was just a hiccup in life, but don't let nobody stop you from your journey. All right? And I hope that I was able to share with you just a little bit of my little story. Yeah, brought about a little tears. But watch out, watch your back. And don't let nobody destroy your peace. Don't let anyone destroy your peace. All right, now, you have a blessed night.